Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's bright and early, daily discipline, mind, body, and soul. This is how we get through. Let's philosophize a little bit. Let's talk about pain. Why do we experience pain? There's physical pain, emotional pain, but they're both tied together, and you learn this maybe as a teenager when you've been dumped for the first time, and sometimes getting dumped really hurts. And sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you're like, whatever. I think that pain can be connected to our attachment. So if you have a strong attachment to something, you may feel a great amount of pain. The level of attachment you have to people, places, things, money, whatever, is directly proportional to the pain you might feel when you lose those things, if you lose those things. Somebody really, really attached to their lifestyle and to their wealth may really go through a hard time and have emotional breakdowns and just be writhing on the floor in pain over the change in their life. Because isn't that really what you're experiencing, is a reaction to change? It may be physical pain. You could define it as a reaction to change also, because you may have a state that's comfortable, and then you're put into a position of discomfort, physical discomfort. Somebody comes along and just punches you in the head as you're sitting there on the subway, minding your own business, looking at your phone, and bam! Saw that happen one time. And what you're experiencing is, the pain you experience is that reaction to the change in that state. So if you're really shocked by that punch in the face and you didn't see it coming, you may really feel it. I've been punched in the face a bunch of times. And it doesn't always hurt. I realized a long time ago that getting punched in the face doesn't really hurt at all. Your head's pretty hard. There's other areas you could punch somebody in that hurt more. But getting punched in the face is really scary. And people don't like it. Obviously, no one likes it. And when you see it coming, it doesn't hurt as much. So really, when we philosophize about pain, we have to tie it to change and to how we respond to change. So the pain that you feel is directly proportional to how resilient and open you are to change. If we're both standing on the edge of a swimming pool and it's wintertime, it's cold as fuck outside, it's freezing, there's snow on the ground, and we're going to jump in that pool and swim, and it's an Olympic-sized pool, we're going to swim across to the end. You know, there's two ways you can do it. Both people are going to jump in the pool and swim across. One can get in very slowly, toe by toe, inch by inch, experiencing the pain of the water as you descend into it, because cold water sucks. And you can hoot and holler, as people do when they get into a cold pool, and go, ooh, and try to suffer through that. And it can turn into one of the worst experiences that you've had. Or you could just dive in head first and start pounding, just start swimming, just start going for it. And you're not resisting the cold. You're not even really thinking about it. You're laser focused on making it to the other side. Both people could be experiencing the same temperature degree of water. but one is really upset about it and letting it stop them, and the other one is just pounding through it. And they're both, when they're done, when it's all over, they're both going to sit there with towels on and be freezing, and one's going to be laughing and saying, that wasn't that bad. And the other one's going to be like, this is the worst ever. This is the worst day I've had. This sucks. This ruins my whole day. So what you want to ask yourself, I guess, when we're going through pain is, how focused are you on winning? If you're experiencing a lot of pain, whether it be physical or emotional, you might not be that focused on your goals. Do the obstacles scare you? Does the cold water scare you? Some people go into an obstacle saying, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. Because all they have in their head is this fear of pain. But some people don't really get scared of obstacles, they get excited by obstacles. I've noticed athletes have a kind of a warrior spirit, and if you watch an athlete on TV, say a football game, well, that's kind of hard to see their faces very often. So let's say, for example, an NBA game, because you could see their face. These guys look angry. They're playing a game. They look so angry, they're so intense, they even get in fights. It's a game. They're being paid millions of dollars to play a game. None of them have real jobs. None of them have to go deliver pizzas later or go work in a factory. They all live in mega mansions and have hot model wives and drive, Bugattis and Rolls Royces, and you see their faces when they're playing and they're not smiling. You think they'd be smiling. This is the most fun life could ever imagine. I have it made. No, they look angry, like it's a war, and this is the warrior spirit. When you're going into your obstacles, you can have a certain level of aggression to use your warrior spirit, your aggressive nature, that fighting nature, to get around the fear that stands in your way and to reach your goals and your greatness. That's how Michael Jordan would get to that basket. You have to learn to pivot. You've seen these basketball players, and they can pivot, and they're dribbling up, and they have an obstacle. They have a player or maybe two players in their path. How am I going to get past this player? If you pound straight for them, there's a good chance one of those guys is going to take that ball right out of your hand, and you see that happen, and that's pretty fun when you watch it, and he goes bouncing down the court and just dunks it on you. And the guy's just left there like, oh man, looking like an idiot. Or you could do like Michael Jordan would do, and he would dribble a little bit, do a pump fake, and pivot around that obstacle, and then storm the basket, and it would look beautiful. It would look like ballet. You see, I guess that's the difference between heroes and victims. A hero will still be scared. They're both standing on the edge of that icy water, looking into it, scared, running through thoughts in their head of, man, this is going to suck. I don't want to do this. But the difference between a regular person and a hero is a hero dives in anyways. A hero goes in anyways. And I have a really good story about that that'll probably take me another 10 minutes to tell. But maybe you have stories in your life where you've had to do it anyways. Whether you had no choice or you just felt like this is the right path to take, you dove in anyways. Pain is all in your mind, is what they tell us. You can watch these Shaolin monks, and they seem to have a mastery over pain. Why does something hurt you one year, but it doesn't hurt you a couple years later? It may have hurt when she dumped you, when she left and walked out that door. Oh, it might have hurt, mentally and physically. But then a few years later, it didn't really hurt bad. That pain went away. You might have had a song that you used to be particularly tortured by. And every time it came on, you'd start crying, especially during that one line. Oh man, it tear you up. Be in the car or wherever in the house, and all of a sudden that song comes on, and it's like, man, your head gets flooded with memories of pain and sorrow and guilt and shame and the past and all that shit. I don't know if you can relate. But then maybe you do some personal growth. You get a little stronger in your life. Things are going a little better, and that song comes on again, and maybe you might think, oh geez, here comes that damn song again, and it doesn't fuck you up. You get through the whole song and it doesn't have the same meaning at all. It's just a stupid song now, when that song used to be the key to opening up the floodgates of hell for you, sending you into an abyss of darkness. Now it's just some stupid song, has no effect on you. You've gotten stronger. Why doesn't it cause you pain anymore? Use your warrior spirit to overcome pain. Don't make yourself into some passive loser. Use that aggressiveness to swiftly pivot around any obstacle that's in your way. Food for thought.